Achoo! What's going on? Papa Shungito back in the motherfucking house. Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year to you. I'm going to give it a quick sec. Do have something very, very special, something that you can actually do today. Okay, this is a very special New Year's / spring ritual that I'm about to give you. Very simple. We will get into that in a moment. And of course, if you want the heavy guns, we got that too. We're also going to be doing some readings for those if it's needed. And don't be afraid to say hello in the chat. Don't just be a lurker. All right. So I hope everything has been going great for you. I know for me it has. Ain't nothing stopped. Just because you may not see me for like things still continue. You know what I'm saying? It's still they done changed this layout. I don't want that. Let me see. I cannot take that off. It is what it is. I accidentally pressed the button. Like they changed the whole fucking thing. But anyways, if you're tuning in, a ritual that you can do, and I like to call this spring out of the bullshit. Okay, a lot of people are feeling, but more than feeling stuck, it's the frustration and the fear also of, yo, is this just what it's going to be? Like if you get stuck in a rut, or if you have attempted to get out of that rut. So one of the things that we're going to do is employ some leverage, but we have some help. We have some tools, we got some resources, of course. And one of my two longest partners, if you will, get up here, sir. Mr. Potato Head himself, LA Voir. There it is. And of course, this is a collabo effort. We got SUA, also pronounced in English, Eshu Ray. So this is also a great time to open up shit for yourself. Get some momentum going. All right, get some momentum going. It's time to shake off that stuckness. I did say this, and I'm trying to locate where I said it. I can't remember if I typed it. I know I said it though. I said this is going to be one of the hottest summers either on recent record or just period. And where I'm at, it's 90 degrees. You know what I'm saying? Like I would have it like this every day. But you know, if you happen to be in my radius of influence, you're welcome. You are very welcome. All right. But so SU, the SUs period, and Elegua, what do they have in common? Well, they are part of the same archetype energy. All right. So what I mean by the same archetype energy, I want you to just basically think of a tree and you see the actual tree trunk, but then you see the branches coming off, right? Now, this particular archetype has to do with opening doors and closing doors. And we need both. You know, we need to be able to successfully close the doors on the old shit and of course open the doors simultaneously to the new shit. All right. They're also responsible for communication, the realms of communication. You have a lot of different spirits and deities, gods and goddesses that have to do with communication, with the external, and of course, with yourself, the most important. These two gentlemen preside over that. All right. So I'm going to give you something extremely powerful deceptively simple, because part of my work has become, how can we get the most leverage with the least amount of, obviously, resistance, but with the least amount of power, right? If you, every situation has that sweet spot of leverage. And you know what? You don't have to know what that is right now, because you will be utilized into that sweet spot point for yourself. All right. So, one of the things, like I said, Eshu and Elegua look over the realms of communication, also travel, and like I said, opening and closing doors. Well, one of the physical realms, if you will, like it's directly translated, is the postal service, if you think about it, along, of course, with the internet. But sometimes it's good to get physical. It's good to ground the sorcery into the physicality. All right. So for this ritual, all you are going to need is a little piece of paper, an envelope, and 6 pennies. All right. And I'm about to tell you how you can flip this. And you know what? It's going to blow your mind. You guys are going to be like, oh my God, like I didn't expect this. I'm just going to give it to you straight up. No chaser. On the paper, before you write anything on the paper, I want you to think of whatever the specific situation, problem, whatever it is that you need to be resolved. All right. So you can move forward. And what you are going to do is, on the little piece of paper, you're going to simply write, this situation is resolved and I'm fulfilled. That's it. Have whatever the situation is in mind. Okay. You don't have to think about your whole lifelong purpose and all that. Let's just chunk it down real simple, because everything is connected. All right. These is like dominoes. You know what I'm saying? Peace. Just woke up from a nap. So this is, you're going to think about the situation. Okay. I'm going to show you, because right now I'm actually helping you to open the doors right now. You just don't know it yet because you ain't did it yet. Okay. This is the first day of spring. This is the New Year's. So you can actually do this today and mail it off tomorrow. All right. Where are you going to mail it? You're going to mail it to yourself, because yes, we are working with Elegua, and we're working with Eshu or Eshu Rei. All right. But not only are we utilizing them and working with these particular splinters of the archetype energy of the opener of the way, closer of the way, and the master of fucking ceremonies when it comes to communication, but we are utilizing their physical realm. Why? Because more than likely what you want is in some form of a physical form, right? Even if it's just the physical situation of whatever's going on with you resolving itself. Okay. So you're going to take that piece of paper. Once again, you're going to write, this situation is fully resolved and I'm fulfilled. Past tense, because it is. Okay. Now you're going to put that in the envelope. You're going to put your 6 pennies in the envelope. All right. Now you're going to mail this back to yourself. All right. You are the sender and the receiver. So that now means right now that you are the completed circuit. And trust, and just fucking know. You ain't actually, you don't have to fucking trust. I don't care if you trust. As long as you have the balls or the lips to do this, you're going to see what the fuck is actually going to happen. So when you send it out and then when you receive it, don't be surprised if whatever the situation was is already resolved by the time you receive your letter, your message, your command, because you're actually commanding it. All right. You're not asking, you're not begging, you're not any of that. You're simply commanding it, decreeing it, actually. And it's perfectly okay if you don't feel any emotion at all. Matter of fact, that neutrality is one of the most powerful places that you can do magic from. Most people end up doing magic when they're already highly emotional. And emotion does have its place. But neutrality in the form of being detached to whatever the outcome that you are now activating, it's happened. It's gotta happen, and it's gotta materialize. Okay, so when you mail this out, we are utilizing the realm of Elegua and Eshue for this ritual. All right. Now, I just made a post on my YouTube community post where I put this, hey, I'm going to be live shit up, but I also put something in there. Some of you need a little bit extra help. You want a little special touch. You want the bells and whistles. You want me to handle the delivery for you. Well, just your fucking luck. Empress Woo, what's going on? Yeah. I missed you. Yeah. So if you have a specific situation that does maybe feel hopeless, maybe you're not on that part of the spectrum. Maybe you're just like, yo, I really want to get some momentum. You know what I'm saying? I want to shake these fucking cobwebs off. I want to get started. I want to, I'm ready for this new shit. Because this is the thing, right? A lot of people know what they want, or what they desire actually. And there could be a whole emotions about that because you have different aspects that may want something different than you consciously want. I've spoke about that. I will continue to speak about that because that's the really shit that I could tell you, right? But in addition to that, a lot of people, they become enamored with the fantasy of what they want. But the moment that they, put one step in front of the other, or, start getting your, quote unquote, your hands dirty or whatever, like that's when reality, for example, if you're starting a business, obviously a lot of times it ain't going to be no fireworks. There's not going to be anybody cheering. Sometimes it's very quiet at first, and that's okay. But that's what chokes most people up. You know what I'm saying? If it has to do with a relationship, I mean, that can go a lot of different ways. This is also interacting with whatever currents that that old Eshu and Mr. Potato Head have, Elegua, they exist internally and externally of you and within your unconscious mind. So now you also start, besides things just start to it's done. It could fall in your lap. It could just fucking like, it's almost like a muscle that had a knot in it. All of a sudden, somehow, like the knot eventually just ends up dissipating or whatever, somehow, So there's that. But then there's also how you get to participate also moving forward, and because one thing about these two, they will bring to you right in front of your face shit that you didn't even know that you didn't know. And that's very important. When that happens, I mean, you're like extremely, okay. You're extremely ready. Okay. You are ready. So for those of you who want to take this a lot further, a lot faster. Because some people, let's just face it, when it comes to them doing a spell, they may have some type of, they get nervous about it or whatever. They doubt themselves, blah, 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 blah. You know, that's natural. You can still get success even though you may feel those things. But some people just, you know, they want the extra help. And so we actually do have a very special, all right? A New Year's special, all right? So I couldn't put it here yet, and I couldn't put it in the comments yet. I definitely can't. I don't think I could put it in the chat because I think there's a letter. What do you call it? Cap for how many letters you can use in the chat. So I'm gonna have to go back and put this on there. But this particular spring out of the bullshit it's going to do just that. It's going to be at the perfect point of leverage for you and your situation. All right. But even if you just do this fucking spell, you're going to find that you're going to see the places of leverage beyond whatever this situation is that you want resolved right now. Okay. Because one thing is connected to another. We are holistic, and whatever is meaning a lot to you, that you need to get moving now. Okay. And you will get moving now as soon as you do this. All right. So you can go, like I said, go to my community post. I posted this particular live up there, but then I was able to put something in the description or the thing of the post. So you can see whatever you need to do. It's very, very simple. And like I said, it's a spring special. It's a special. So that's all you need to do. 6 pennies. Let me reiterate, for this ritual we're utilizing again for those who maybe clicked on or whatever. This is a simple spring ritual that you can do. Whatever you got going on right now, whatever this is, get specific though. Don't be general. Be specific. All right, be specific. And what you're going to do is you're just going to get an envelope, a little piece of paper. You're going to bring that situation to mind. Okay. And the more neutral you are, actually, the better. But if you are upset about it, that's okay. If you feel nervous or anxiety about it, that's okay. Just take a deep breath, let it out, and then just write, this situation is resolved and I am fulfilled. And that's it. Past tense. Now you put the paper in the envelope. You put your 6 things in the envelope. And you mail it to yourself. You're not only utilizing Elegua and Eshue, but we are now utilizing their physical realm, the physical domain that because the Postal Service has been around fucking forever, right? So this is one of the staples, all right? So if you want to, really get sympathetic with your magic, this is it. All right. Now, when the letter comes back, when you get it, like I said, don't be surprised if the situation is already alleviated by the time the letter reaches you. Okay. But whatever is happening, you're going to take the letter, and what you're going to do is you're going to take those 6 pennies and you are going to just say, hey, thanks. I appreciate your assistance. You know what I'm saying? I appreciated your assistance, and take them to any crossroads that you prefer. Drop them in the middle. You could drop them to the corner of one of the crossroads if you feel safer that way. Go and leave in a different way than you came upon the crossroads. And that is it. That's the last little piece. But one of the main pieces is doing just this, mailing it to yourself. And that's it. Bootylicious, what's going on? So Empress Wu, talk to me. What you got? We have a little testimony here. All right. So Empress Wu, I will make a whole other video because lives are kind of, but I just wanted to get the word out. Of course, number one, just wish you guys a happy new year, because it's the actual new year. It's nature's new year. You know what I'm saying? Which is the real new year, not You get it. But yeah, and I wanted to share this because this is the perfect time, and we're like in the year of the fire horse too. So momentum is what's the word? Exponential. Momentum is exponential at this time. You got to know the weather outside. When I say the weather, I'm talking about what particular influences are popping right now. Whatever influences are popping, you can take it and turn it towards your agenda if you just with a little bit of creativity, right? Yeah, you telling me, Bootylicious, I could not. I actually did some weather sorcery during the winter because I was getting pissed. No bullshit. One day I just got fucking frustrated because like I forgot something at the store. So I'm like, fuck, I gotta go back out because I gotta get this. And then it's like I had to relayer my clothes. Now, granted, yes, when it comes to the cold, Shango Ray is a pussy. A full-fledged RB sandwich. I admit it. But so I got tired of that. And then I said, I could have sworn that I fucking typed this on Facebook, but I got to go through all my posts and look and see like where the fuck I said that. I typed it, but I also said it here, and I can't remember where though. And I've been posting all kinds of little bullshit everywhere. But this has been the hottest summer, which is what I said, which is exactly what the fuck I said it was going to be. I'm like, yeah, because this is actually now spring. We are now officially in spring, but this shit has been going on for like a week or two. It's been heating up and all that. And then finally the last week and a half and shit, we've been 89, 90. Like, shit, I might conjure a way to do this shit all fucking year. All right, so let's see here. Empress Whoop said, hello. Let's see what you got. Oh, damn, Woo. This is my first time like really seeing you up close. You gave me a reading around October when I got fired, and the guy you seen a man. He ain't right. Lewd, Shango. I'm talking bipolar, schizophrenic, paralysis, a criminal. I had to go to a domestic violence shelter. Get the fuck out of here. How are you doing now? As quick as we met, he dropped the ball. God damn, bro. Well, the most important thing to me is that you are okay. I'm awaiting your response, but I tell you, I say this all the time, but I hate being right. Sometimes I fucking hate being right. You know, who likes to give? Well, I guess what you could say is bad info, but in this case, I don't know if the reading helped. I don't even know if you remembered it at the time, or if sometimes it's hindsight, we remember and it's like, wait a minute, I did a reading or I got a reading and they said this, fuck, boom. But that is, yeah, you got to watch out. A lot of guys get mad with the way that women, their first reactions, like when you approach someone in public and shit. But I've been saying it's like you got to put yourself in the place of a woman. You are the physically weaker sex. You have a gaping opening between your legs, and a lot of not good things can happen at the hands of a man. So I understand women doing their best to try and vet whatever man they're dealing with, whatever man they just met. A lot of guys can pass that first couple of days. They put on the mask, but then the mask always comes off. The mask always comes off. And when that mask comes off, hopefully, Hopefully it matches the way the mask is, but a lot of times it is, you just never know, and that can be very scary. So in a way, like, I'm glad that however he dropped the ball, which I guess that's another way of kind of saying like my was really, really thin. I'm glad that you're here to even tell me this, because there's a lot of women every year this kind of shit happens to, and it doesn't end like this. So, but I am sorry to hear that you had to go through all that, you know? But yeah, it's like dudes expect women to be us men. Yeah. 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 I mean, as a man, I've spoken on this plenty of times. Plenty of fucking times. Dudes are fucking weird. Not all, but the percentage that are far more than enough to ruin the stigma of just a dude. Like, and let a bitch get like PTSD'd or something on some shit. Even if nothing physically just happened, but she gets really scared, and you know, dudes approaching chicks, and maybe they're nervous, maybe they're whatever. Who knows what's going on with her, but she's just not interested, or she just whatever. And you know, then he freaks out. Well, fuck you then. You know what? Good. She said that I'm not tripping at all. I approve to myself my growth. When you say that, do you mean that maybe there was a time or a version of yourself that may have kept dealing with that shit? I'm curious. And also, today we're going to be doing some damn card pulls. And if you have a specific, you know, if you got a question you want me to look into a particular situation for you right now, this is the hot spot. All you got to do for that, but I'm going to be doing, actually, what I might do is just some little warm up here. But we are going to have a little fun here before we conclude. I got to pretend I like some dudes because I'm scared he can't accept rejection. That's a big fucking thing. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Exactly. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I am talking about. And me as a grown ass motherfucking man, right? Just the other day, I decided during one of my getting my steps in sessions, and yeah, I'm kind of hoochie daddied out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you got gains, you're gonna be in some hoochie daddies. You're gonna be in some HDs. But I decided to go just walk a route that I usually don't walk too much. And I'm just going to say that the result was I almost had to split a motherfucker's wig to the white meat. Dudes, some dudes, I don't want to categorize because I'm a dude, you know what I'm saying? But some fucking dudes are fucking weird. Now, I happen to have the ability to split said wig to said white meat. You know, if I was a chick, I'd probably get a little. This motherfucker started trying to like follow me. So I ended up turning down this one block. I'm like, fuck this, because I was about to like just, you know, but then my mind's kind of like, hold on, like, don't pull the trigger unless you absolutely have to. Right. Because then all of a sudden I start flash forwarding and I'm like, what if you're like sitting in jail and shit over this shit? Would it be worth it? In some ways, kind of, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the fuck his deal was. I don't know how much fructose shit he was on, but nah, fam. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, who said that? Yeah, I've seen it all. We triggers one another. It was great learning lesson for many reasons. All right, that's fair. You know, but that's just an example of like just dumbass shit. Some dudes are just fucking weird, and other dudes can tell you that too. But like, we're not as vulnerable as you ladies are. So yeah, I mean, I can promise you one thing: he did not want this business whatsoever. And business, we're gonna go all the way. So there ain't just gonna be no whatever. So like, that's why sometimes you really gotta just pause for a second instead of being just so impulsive. My mom told me growing up a lot. 1 second of anger costs you your whole life or years of your life, and I've always remembered that. You know, And I think in terms of like, yo, is it worth, possible? Who knows what could have happened? Motherfucker could have had a gun, I could have got shot or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I always got something with me. So just because, you know, but it does happen. So I can only imagine it. And I've heard just far too many stories from you ladies and, the women in my life. And, if you have daughters who are, not even almost of a certain age, unfortunately, but just, you gonna like dudes be creeping the fuck out. They be creeping out. So fuck all that. But I'll tell you what, as just to have a little fun here, if you would like to get just a one card pull, this is like a message from spirit, if you will. Your spirit may be objectified because sometimes we be too busy or we don't hear ourselves or we don't want to hear ourselves or whatever. So if you'd like it's absolutely free. Bootylicious on it. She clapped and she was like, chat, chat. Okay, you're number one. All right. Just give me a message. Hold on a second. And I got the two messengers right here. All right, what's the message? Bootylicious, this is for you. Bootylicious, let me just say this. I got to be really careful with how I say things. On one hand, you don't want to seed something into somebody's head. But if they just happen to be on a particular trajectory where something is really probable to happen, then I got to say it, right? But this one's for you. You're going to want to be careful, though. Cautious, aware. Okay. I don't want to, we're not getting, speaking of all this bullshit, right? I just read the last comment. Clapping too. Anyhow, yeah, there could be a discrepancy. Okay. It could be a little tension. There could be some problems dealing with a man, and it could be work related. When I say work related, that could be somebody you work with, or perhaps it's a customer or somebody that you met through your occupation. All right. So, and it's a jack too. So as you seen, but yeah. And I don't know why I keep getting this thing like there's physical that you wanted to do or you've kind of been wanting to do. I don't know if it's like do yoga. I don't know if it's this, that, the other, do some kind of particular workout diet. I don't know what it is, but I'm also getting the green light for you for with that as far as like, yo, do that. Zen Water 306. I got you. Zen Water 306. I'm bootyless. So I'm just gonna call you BL because I always chop everybody's shit to short. So I'm not gonna call you booty. BL. Okay. All right. Well, then, thank you for that confirmation. Yeah, that is somehow also that is linking you to something positively, either directly or indirectly. Remember, we're in a fucking matrix. We're in a spider web. So everything is connected. So somehow, some way. Oh, Shay, hey, what's going on? Welcome. Somehow, some way. All right, Zen Water. I got your card coming up for you. Just a moment. I'm not gonna, even if it just because it's free and it's a one card to me, I'm just gonna like just say some bullshit, you know. I do feel this is slightly forecast. It could be present, but you know, don't shoot the messenger. Speaking of messengers, you have somebody that you're actually going to enjoy their company or somebody coming to you. All right. However, this will be temporary. This will be temporary. Just a moment. Hold on. Also, too, you're going to find that 2026, like, I got to go also with the gut. Hold on a second. I felt something is actually being like birthed. Something is being birthed. A passion project, a passion idea, something though that you are very passionate about. You have a lot of emotion about this. All right. And this is something that you have not done before. So I don't know what that is for you. But on the other side of that, there's that. So whatever you're doing, you're going in the right way. Once again, if you want a free card, go ahead and just put your hand emoji in the chat. Yeah, Zen Water. I felt something like to the effect of like, you know, someone kind of getting swept off their feet a little bit, or just kind of like, you know, kind of got your nose open a little bit. But as long as you stay in control and just let it be what it's going to be, it should be fine. O'Shea, I got you. And of course, if you want to get really more in depth, then and you have a specific question, I might even do I might do one or two full blown right here, just to, just to gift it out. All right. So O'Shea. Okay. So one thing I'm getting here too, and today actually adds up to a 6, by the way. So this whole spring, literal spring, the beginning of something or whatever. But March 20th, 2026 is 6. I know I'm just kind of talking out the side of my neck on that one. But so it's obviously either money or actually an object that you would get with money, but something is actually coming together for you. So, in other words, what I'm saying is, and I don't know, it feels like this is something you've been wanting for probably a minute, but something is actually also it's like right now, I hope that you know that whether this is financial or something physical, so i.e., a car or a house, a new place, whatever, you know, whatever that is, everything's in harmony right now. So, shit's about to pop. Okay. Shit is about to pop. I'm glad that you actually had the 6. That's good. I also feel like you've had time. I don't know why this even is coming out, but like in regards to this, what situation is or whatever this thing is, that you had time to get your motherfucking self in harmony with shit. A lot of times we be wanting shit so much, but we're so out of we're in too much incoherence. Clarity is, you know, like things apart. So your best bet, normalize it, okay, within yourself. Because you think about it, like, you don't care about the shit you have right now. You may value it, excited about it, it's for new shit. You know what I'm saying? So you play frog and go a little bit ahead. You can value it still, just about it. Because that's how you're gonna be when it pops off. Right after the dust settles from all the if there's excitement, or if it's just like, of course, this kind of money always comes to me, and you mean it, it's a quiet, powerful shit is like the most subtle. It's quiet. It's to be loud. All right. Not a problem, Zen water. Whoa, excuse me. Anybody else, if you'd like. Matter of fact, I'll tell you what. If you are brave enough, bold enough, and you want to ask a question, I can't believe how many times I got to go over a lot of questions. Your question indicates how structured and clear you are about something, first of all. So, you know what I'm saying? Fuzzy questions, fuzzy this and that. You get whatever. You got to get specific, so with your questions, Type your question in the chat if you want, and I might pick one or two. Let's just see what's going on. Like, let's get some real shit. Let's get some real shit. Make it mean something. Don't ask something dumb. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it means something to you, then by all means ask it. You know, but so yeah, everyone's all right now. I'm gonna just say this, but I'm gonna say this very coded. Okay, there is a particular jug-headed, big-eared bitch that everybody is hoping is dead right now or has been dead over the last 2 days or whatever. Said jughead bigger bitch is not dead. Injured? Possibly. Possibly. Dead? No, not dead. We'll just say that. I'll tell you right now. Obviously, they're not looking presentable, which is why you got a lot of this AI shit going on. But yes, go ahead. Somebody ask a legit fucking question. Ask a legit question that you want to know. This is actually going to be a full-blown free read. Okay. But I'm going to pick the question. Whatever one I feel pulled to. Assuming more than 0 people fucking ask a question. Here we go. Death has been on your mind a lot, huh? Now, I'm a little confused with what the fuck psychopomp means, but I have heard that word before. I just never like actually, so I don't know if it's just like if that's the right question. Yes, see, bootylicious. That's the right question. All right. I'm just gonna Zen. Hold on. I have to pause right now, and because this is very important, I have found this to be very. I have done. I don't know how many pulls, how many spreads, just for myself in regards to you fucking name it, and logging the shit. So if you want, you know, an opportunity for me to be able to answer that for you, we're going to need to condense that, because if you really look at it, we're asking like 3 different questions. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? So like condense that shit if you would. Ha, Brother Davis, what's popping, fam? It's all good, Zen Water. I work better with it. Like, I could get the gist of it, but I have found in my research, in my application, and I'm talking all this is within the last like 3 months. I created something totally new. So obviously I gotta work it out. You know what I'm saying? But it has to do with these. So, but one thing from my research and my application has been showing me about just how fucking important, because on a lot of spreads it may have said this and that, and I'm like, well, but this happens. So then I start to, the system starts to reveal itself to you, Perfect. You better don't set me up, bootylicious. No setups. um, where in Atlanta you live, by the way? Okay, so I'm gonna do that because there's no other questions right here, and I don't want to just keep tap dancing around. But I will answer this question right here. We'll explore this question right here. Should Zen water be working with death spirits? All right. Okay, Zen water. Well, your curiosity of whether you should or what you're feeling the pull is what you're doing. That's what's really going on here. But your answer, sir or ma'am, or I don't know what, but so by my calculations, I am definitely getting a yes. Just a moment. I feel like also there is some type of situation going on here, maybe a living situation. You've been compromising yourself a lot. You've been compromising yourself. There's some type of compromising or I don't know if this is a fucking word, but I'm making it a word, folks. Compromisation. All right. So, in another way of saying that, the way I like to say it is kind of like selling yourself out. And being that you got 6 of diamonds here, it could actually literally have to do with something financial. Or physical, right? Some people are in I'm not saying this is your situation, but I'm just giving examples. So some people might be in a situation where they're living somewhere and it's been time to have fucking gone, right? But being at this particular place, whether it's a living situation or whether it's a working situation, has you dealing, and it's just getting more and more and more, you know what I mean? But this can also reflect into, of course, it's going to reflect internally. But your answer is a resounding yes for this. It's so good to hear, BL. So good to hear. You know what I mean? Shit. What you got is in. A lot of times, death is a part of life. Life actually comes from death. So sometimes to live more fuller, you need to embrace death too, just as much as you do all the lively things, you know. I bet I would. See, now you selling it, I might be buying. Damn. That's an offer I can't refuse. Chicken and waffles? Come on. All right. Anybody else with like a real something that you want to know? Don't be shamed. Don't be shy. I do not bite. Oh, you did? Shit, I didn't check. My bad. Thank you, Empress. Let's see. Which. Oh, yes. If you are donating for a question, please let me know because I'm not constantly staring at my phone. So thank you once again, Empress, for reminding me of saying that. Okay. All right, let me see if it says the question. Yeah, absolutely. So what you got, Empress Wu? You know you could have. Easy. Yes, absolutely. What can we do you for today? I'll put this right here for now. So yeah, you can actually just put the question right here. That'd be perfect. See what you got. What you got? What you got? What you got? Waiting on you, Empress Wu. So you just want like a that's the one clause, just like, oh, could I just get like a what's coming up type thing? Yes. All right. We can do that too. So just right now, go ahead and just focus. Because really what I'm showing you, I'm going to actually show you some things about your energy since you're asking this particular kind of question. So go ahead and just, take a nice deep breath, relax yourself. Yes, it has. She said it's been a couple months. Yeah. Just a moment. Okay. All right. Let's go. Ooh. Okay, just a moment. I will show you your cards. Let's see. All right. So just for right now, I'm gonna just kind of briefly just flash you the cards, but then I'm gonna go through this a little bit. This can actually, I can make an hour-long reading out of just this. All right. Wow, you got some power energy though. I am telling you right now, you've got some power energy. 2 10s and 2 8s, like you got some power energy here. All right. So one thing that you're okay, so your level of output, right, is coming is going to go to a whole other level. Okay. Your level of consistent action in the physical. All right. This can also obviously apply to work, but the way that it's coming through to me it's like an engine that's running perfect, that should. And I know like probably the last few months, maybe even the last 6 months at least, have been very tumultuous, rocky, and shit like that. And it's like, thank you. It's like you're getting your stride, like really stride. And it's all like economical, meaning no wasted action, stuff like that. So, and especially, I would suggest that you put this 8 of action here into something that you haven't had yet, or something that you would like to create, or participate in the creation of it anyways. All right, because like I said, you're gonna find that a lot of people, it's hard for them to stay consistent, right? But it's the little tiny littles that really make, like, there's a saying I heard: quantity does equal quality. Okay, so for example, if it involves some form of creation, art, anything, writing, whatever it is, and that can even apply to other areas. I'm just using this as an example. And being a musician myself, like, I know what this like you want to just get it perfect that one time, like you're fucking Moses and you're up on the thing and you got the tablet. But like a lot of times you might have to make, I don't know, 20 songs, 100 songs before you even get something decent. And I'm not saying, just see through the analogy here for me, all right? But that is the concept, though, that you don't know. I don't know if you know this now, but you're in it now, and it's starting. It's going to start to bloom even more. All right. So while you have, to me, this actually feels like more so of an identity shift, right? Because sometimes when you shift identities, you just automatically start to find that you're a lot more active with this and with that. To whereas before, when you were the old you would procrastinate or bullshit on it for whatever your reasons were. All right. But yeah, I definitely see something here. They're also saying that even in the beginning, sometimes the battle between your mind and what you want to do, right? Like, let's say, for example, you wanted to, I'm just saying, okay, just clearly an example, but you'll get it. It'll land with you. So let's say you wanted to write a book, but you kind of kept bullshitting. It's like, well, I only came up with a paragraph. At this rate, it's gonna fucking take me 50 fucking years to write this book, right? But here's the thing: the little shit, even if it's just like, if I just do a sentence today, yeah, that's actually a good thing. Empress Wu, she just said, I do feel like I'm going through an ID crisis. Yeah, that's normal in where you're going, like, because you are, like I said, I felt it, like you have definitely shifted. So there's going to be like a power struggle also between the old trails that you have in your neuro connections versus the new ones that are forming and starting to come online and activate. And the best thing you can do is just to keep aware. Like, sometimes your body's going to tell you some shit, but it's going off of what you're thinking, and it doesn't necessarily mean that that's fucking true. You know what I'm saying? So I do see like a struggle, and I know that this is present also based off of what you just confirmed, but the mental and the spiritual power that you are actually gathering right now, and it reaches a tipping point. Okay, so, but like I said, the power struggle between these two, it can sometimes feel like, so another thing I would suggest for you: find just one fucking thing that helps to soothe your nervous system. You don't need 10 fucking 20 different modalities, just one that you will do more consistently. Because that's another thing you need to do. They're telling me right now also, like, her nervous system is like all fucking like this, so stabilization is going to be one of the main things as far as right now on the list, on the table, all right, stabilization. I do feel too in your work there's a promotion of some kind. And maybe this is your job or whatever you're doing. Whatever you're doing, there's a promotion though. Ahead, slightly ahead. Okay, not that far, slightly ahead. Root, I'll hold on. I will get to that. So just put a pin in that, Empress Wu. Yes and no to your question. She asked, so root chakra working? Yes and no. You trying to get back into the cab? Okay. Cab meaning what? Like trucks or something? Or just back in the flow of things? Anyhow, but the way that I definitely see this, this is definitely going is, I'd say within 30 days from now, based off the way that I'm looking at this, driving cabs, okay. Which is funny because the card right after I said some type of promotion, a promotion is also like getting a new thing to me, right? But since you said back, it's like that plus a new intensity of that, right? So that's reflected in the 10, right? So, and then right abs or some type of travel based work, you're going to get it. It's going to materialize. Let me say that you already have it. It's going to materialize. Okay. And I'm going to help you because really all you got to do is just stay out of your own way. That's it. That is it. Just stay out of your own way. And that's where I'm talking about the whole nervous system shit. And it's kind of gotten like a buzzword now to the point where I'm almost kind of tired of hearing people talking about, oh, your nervous system, your nerve. But you know what? I can't talk too much shit because it's really fucking true. It really, really is. All right. I'm going to circle back on that. But yeah, so all right. The last three, Queen of Spades, Three of, yeah. So whatever your plan is with these calves, I think you also, I don't know if you have some kind of financial plan or even just a loose idea of a financial kind of like plan. Like, okay, I'm going to drive these calves. I'm going to take some of my bread. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that or whatever it is. But I definitely see you driving in the fucking cab. One thing leads to another. I get that you do spiritual work at times, but and it's not like you have to do it all the time, but everything can be looked at as spiritual. You know, like you can integrate it into your just everyday life in very simplistic ways. That's also why I've gotten to really I really like this one particular form of sorcery. It's called Jadoo magic. And with Jadoo magic, for example, just walking through a doorway, that's the spell right there. That's my air conditioner. It's tripping on me because I haven't put the air conditioning on in like forever. This is my first time putting it on. We really gonna do this right now? See, there it is. It's telling you something. What are we telling him for food? But I don't even know where I was at. That thing kind of threw me off. Oh, you have to pick up your cab permit. Okay. All right. You will receive that. You will receive that. See, because I'm working with a whole other system one I created. Okay, so things before don't mean what they now mean. So I'm kind of like looking at, and for this being the queen of spades, the queen is the queen of reception. You know, that usually don't change. The queen's the reception, and the king is the projection. So you will get that permit. And you know, I don't know what you well, it's going to work out. It's going to probably take about 90 days to really get, not for you to get your permit, but just the driving and doing all that. You know, some days are good, some days are not. You know, I fucking drove cab for years, so I can tell you how that goes. But yeah, you're definitely going to get it. You're definitely going to get it, and things will start to generate. Right. So 3 is my generation. Like, you know how you get a 3D printer and you generate something and it makes it, it's generating. All right. So whatever, I think there's a bigger plan. This is, the cab is not the end all be all, obviously. It is a brick in whatever this house that you call it yourself, you know, that you're building. So things are definitely starting to will start to generate. You're going to get that permit. Hold on real fast. I'll be right back. I got to plug in. I got to get my plug and shit for this. All right. But yes, I just get this also feeling mild. Like you just, like I said, you're really wound tight. The best way that I have found to really get something or get it fast, and I know it's not always about, there's always, you know, I just view myself and I know myself to be as somebody who's just in the perfect timing for me. So even if like I'm technically late, I'm not late. You know I'm not late. When I try and leave the house and I fucking get out the building and shit, and then I realize, fuck, I forgot something. Like I used to really, really get pissed about that, but now I'm just like, okay. So I just avoided some. I may have just avoided something that I would have really wanted to avoid. So I don't even trip off of it. Okay, but I do feel like I said that you like you had a stressful. I think 2025 was very, very stressful for you. So when you trust and when you know, there's not a whole lot of excitement. It's just kind of like I want you to already even to start, even like, okay, let's take the cab into get driving cabs now. Okay. I don't know if you know if you remember what it's like. You're glad to be back. It's good to make money every day, of course. But you're gonna have that feeling like, fuck, I gotta go to work. Like it just is what it is. That's a natural part, right? People always want to manifest the job like, oh, I'm so this, I'm so that. But it's like you gotta include all the nuances of reality for your senses. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, some days you're not gonna want to. But what that does is it takes that charge out of it. Like when you really feel like, oh, I desperately need something. And I'm not saying that you're necessarily feeling desperate about the cab thing, but when you're just able to be like, I choose this, I'm decided this is what it's going to be. But let's just say it didn't materialize. I'm okay with it anyway. I'm sure you may have heard something like that in the past, but that is some real fucking shit right there. That is some real shit. I'm trying to think of ways, or give me something for Empress Wu as far as, because there's tons of different ways to fucking, you can just sit there for like 3 minutes and just breathe and hum. You can massage your ears, right? It doesn't matter what it is. You can massage your ears. There's a point in there. You can just, this one's really good. Actually, fucking, I can sit there and it looks like I'm just picking at my fucking ears and shit, but I'm not. Like, there's actually points inside, So it could be that. There's a lot of different ways, but you just need to find one that you can incorporate, and something that is very simple, very easy. So you could do it in the cab, you can do it wherever. You know what I'm saying? If you notice that I'm feeling kind of like anxious, I don't even know why, relax that shit. A lot of times, and then what happens after that, you're going to see something pop up as to what you were thinking or believing that was causing that feeling. You might not even have been aware of it, because like if you're driving and shit like that, or you got customers and all that, sometimes you're more so into what you're doing, so you got other things going on unconsciously. So, well, good. Yeah, I actually enjoy. I love the whole cab thing, and probably I would like the Uber thing, even though they be doing their drivers bad. Uh, but just for the fact that you're like me, I don't think you don't want to go to the same fucking office, same cubicle, doing the same shit, same people, same building, drive there the same way, go home the same way, all that shit. Every day is different in the cab. So I think we're kind of like chaos beings in that sense, that we can appreciate that. Like, you never know who's going to get in your cab. And the way I'm thinking about it is, I don't know what kind of opportunities. They're all portals. Everyone who gets it could be a portal to this, could be a portal to that. You could meet somebody who's like, you know what, I really like your style, or whatever. Just, there's no limits. All right. Can everybody hear me? The internet was bugging. So once again, we have a very special ritual. All right. So if you want, okay, cool. Good. It froze. Yeah. I would suggest this, Empress Wu. This is the simplest way. All right. Because there's tons of fucking videos about this shit with tons of techniques, tons of different, and they all can work. The thing is just getting one that you like, that's simple, that requires no extra time, and something that you can just incorporate to where it's like you can almost automate that to where it's like, but like I said, the humming works for me also. Humming, you massage your ears. Of course, there's different like stretches and poses or whatever, but like you might not always be able to do certain kind of fucking stretches, or maybe physically right now that would be at a disadvantage for you or whatever. So there are tons of different ways. I prescribe to you to go see what's out, look up how to regulate your nervous system and see what comes up. And you're probably going to watch a couple of them, right? Just pick one that really resonates with you. You're like, you know what? Yeah, this is simple. I would say the simpler, the better. Simple scales, fancy fails. So remember that. But that is what I have for you. So yeah. But the version of you that's emerging right now, what I seen at the end of that spread was the 10 of spades, which is like a whole other level of power, of discernment, and control, when it comes to you, which is the most important thing that you can control, you know. So yeah, it's about time. We need some good news, positive news. But yes, so just keep doing what you're doing. And like I said, as soon as you can, just go and do that. Just go to YouTube and just look up how to regulate your nervous system. There'll probably be a lot of shorts also. So there might be like a minute long or something, but you're going to find something that speaks to you, or that you're like, hey, let me try this right now because it's so simple to do. And I'm watching this shit. Let me try this, And mind you, it's like taking some type of supplement or vitamin and stuff. Don't expect it. You will feel something though. Try a couple different things, and whatever you feel the strongest with, just incorporate that. Just matter of fact, even just do it for the next week, and then watch. After that, you're going to end up you're going to keep doing it, But that's one of the most important things I could tell you for you is right now you are headed in the right direction. Everything is looking actually quite well. So just to maximize that, the best thing that we can do is just to get out of our own way. And we're the only ones that really can be in our own way. You know what I'm saying? So, because when we're in our own way, then we also reflect that outwardly. And that's when you get people and circumstances and all this other shit coming as well. So that would be my thing for you though. But thank you. And thank you also because I'm still refining. The system is actually refining itself, but it's funny that you had mentioned cab because the jacks are the messengers, the travelers, So, and that's perfect. That's just absolutely perfect. Anybody else, if you need to ask your own question, please be sure to follow the instructions right here. Boom, boom. That scrolling thing, I need to take that off. That's not what the business is here. Banners. Let's see here. Hide. Okay, there. I fixed it. All right. Because it was acting crazy. All right. Anybody else? If you have a specific question you'd like to ask, go ahead. Or I should say, if you want a card, you can do that. That's absolutely free. Not a problem. I don't mind it at all. Would love to do it for you. Okay. But if you have a specific question, you can do that. All right. We are going to be concluding here in a couple minutes. So be sure to go to my community post if you want to get sprung out of your bullshit via a very, very powerful ritual involving. See, I can't put that information here yet because it's live. Involving my good friend, Mr. Potato Head Eligua, and of course, my esteemed constituent, SUA. And you know that. Anybody else? Or are we just back to staring? Yeah. Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? Oh, wait. And if you did send something because you want your question answered, please let me know in the chat also, because as I mentioned a couple minutes ago, I'm not going to be looking through my phone like that, because I like to give you all my attention. All right, so you know what, Empress Wu, just give it to me. What you got? It's my gift to you, because you are a gift to me. All right, so what you got? Remember, the quality of your question is the quality of the answer. Sometimes you just need to just relax and ask yourself, what am I really trying to ask here? What's the root? What's the root? What's the gist of what I'm really wanting to know right now? And Empress, I'm glad you changed your thumbnail. Just to, just letting you know that. What is, you don't have to I mean, I'm not gonna stop you though if you want to circulate. I don't stop anybody from circulating, because it returns exponentially. So I don't want to rob you. Oh, you didn't have to. But I appreciate it, and definitely a thousandfold back to you. God damn it. All right, so let's see. Did you put the question in? No. Okay. What you got, Woo? Can you woo woo woo? Well, can you? Can you woo woo? What's the question, Woo? What you got? Okay, let's get a little specific here, because I want to give you the best that I can give you. Okay. So you want to ask a question about your spiritual journey. You need to know what your dad is telling you about some new shit. Can we? Good night, BL. Much love. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you coming through. I need to know what my daddy telling me about some new shit. Like, or just, is this kind of like, I'm a little confused with this question. I'm gonna keep it a buck. What new shit? Like, do you have something specific in mind? At least you don't have to necessarily say it to me, but like, do you have something specific in mind? Okay, that's good. All right. I'm gonna do my best with this. All right. I'm still really kind of not clear, but hey, fuck it. I mean, I'll just I'll tap into him through you as best as I can. I don't even have his name, and I'm kind of conflicted about whether you want to put his name public or, only just because privacy. But I'll tell you what, Empress, we're gonna do it like this. You are like the cross section. All right. So you just focus on the essence of what you want to know in concerns with your pops. All right. All right. Now hold on. All right. Ready. Ready spaghetti. Okay. Okay, just a moment. I'm not gonna go through all the cards as far as just like I don't have to show you because they're actually saying a sentence in this case. I look at this like each card could be like a note, but the note is playing a chord. You know what I'm saying? So just give me a second, especially because this has to do with your pops. Wow, thank you. Okay. hmm Okay. First off, I'm gonna say I'm gonna stretch it because I'm not 100 on this, but I feel like I'm being kind of like pulled this way. I feel like there is something and having to do with the family or family members or family situation, but there was something that was hidden from you. Okay. This may also have, it's no may about it. I feel that part of this, its origin is, I guess you could say karmic. All right. From either like another lifetime or another timeline. Okay. But definitely, I got something. It may even have to, I don't know, it may have to do with a house or property or something. But that's why I'm telling you that something has been hidden. And your pops is like basically, I'm telling you right now, within regards to whatever this fucking situation is, there is a, I don't want to say it like a miracle, but it's like something positive, something like something that almost defies logic in a way, especially by the way that it happens. But I feel that one of the things that is going to be on your plate or is already on your plate, and there is some kind of disruption. Oh, okay. There's some kind of you're called in a way. Your pops is like saying that, and mind you, I'm kind of paraphrasing here, okay, but can you hear me? Sorry about that. The internet's fucking bugging right now. Are you still here? Okay, good, good. You're the one I'm concerned with, Empress. But for real, okay, now you just clarified something there also. Someone forced us. Yeah, you, you, there had, like I said, this has something to do with the family. That's at the heart of this issue, okay? And you did say about the forged signature, but there's something else that has been hidden more than likely in relation to that or somehow connected to it. But you, best way that I can describe this to you, Empress, is it's going to be disrupted first, and then it's like the way that I'm seeing it is like it literally just fucking it's coming to you. It may look like it's never going to come to you, but I don't know. And I do feel I do feel finances are involved in this, or something of financial value, but something that was meant to be yours. But the way that it's going to be that you reunite with it again, or you know what I'm saying? It's literally like help from the other side. Like it's one of those like Hail Mary long passes, like, but the pass doesn't go to the fucking player on the field. It goes off into the audience and it just lands right in your lap. Like that's the best way that I can explain it to you. So, yeah, but the something that is hidden will be revealed. You know what I'm saying? It will be revealed. And like I said, it definitely has to do with some family members or something like that. Something to do with the family. And in a way, it's kind of like he's saying, like, baby, like just keep just keep walking your walk and watch this type of thing. Okay. So this was at the very end. Once again, reception, receiving at the end here. So a very, very powerful card in a very, very powerful position here. But yeah, you're going to be seeing the disruption. You're going to be seeing the disruption, but the way that everything works out, and this is the hallmark, and this is like the main thing of what I'm saying, it's literally supernatural, not interference, but you know, when it intervenes, like when it's almost like the laws of the natural are suspended for sex, so this can just pop in. You know what I mean? Like it's because it happens. It's not the norm. It is more of the exception, but it does happen, right? Just shit that's like not really explainable. And sometimes it may go under the radar until you really look at it again. You're like, how in the fuck did that happen? You know? But yeah. Oh shit. Okay. There you go. There you go. Uh-huh. Close enough. Close enough. Yeah. That's what's that's what's on the pipeline. That's what's on the plate. That's really what it is. And I feel like this situation is probably not necessarily old, but it's old enough. It's been going on long enough, you know. Enough with that shit. Styles, what's happening? So that's the one thing that I'm like, I'm almost giddy about. Is like I can't even tell you necessarily. It's not for me to know. But what I do know about the way that it's going to transpire is disruption first. It's going to be some type of disruption, whatever. And then it's like I said, you caught the fucking crack of the, what do you call it? You know what I'm saying? How they hit a foul ball or some shit. You see people like, you know, like, and sometimes the ball, there's plenty of examples of that. Like the ball just fucking flies at somebody and that's it. They just catch it. Like, oh shit. Yeah. That's what I got for you though, but definitely remember disruption and then bingo bango, mucho mango. All right. But yeah, this has something to do. So besides whatever being forced to sign something or rushed or pressured or manipulated to sign something, there's something else also that is probably connected to that. You know, I cannot say for sure, but I just know that someone was working overtime to ensure that you don't find this out. whatever that is. But you need not worry about that. You need not worry about that. So yeah, that's definitely what I got for you though on this one. Man, family. All right. We're about to conclude here in just a minute. If anybody else wants to get a question in, your aunt was behind it. She later died like a month and a half later. Whoa. Damn. Well, whatever was kind of like, I guess, set in place, or they thought, oh, we just need to get her to do this and that and hide this, do all this other shady shit. Some things just cannot be stopped. You know, they can't be stopped. Yeah, that's actually the sense I got over time. Yeah, like really, really. But it's you're just delaying. They're actually just delaying the inevitable, though. That's really all that's happening here. Yep. And for whatever reason, this has to do with you, and it's connected to, I should say, and why you're here. You know what I mean? So what's meant for you is meant for you. That cannot be. They can't take that, and that's going to be shown to you. Not said, not whatever, shown. And the best way, like I said, that I can describe that in like the craziest way. The most like, what the fuck? But in a good way, you know. All right. Anybody else? Let me see here. I'm gonna actually need to make another video just about this ritual. I just did it and I'm excited and yeah, I want to share the goods. Anyways, whoops. What the fuck did I just do? Oh, there it is. All right. So last call. Anybody else, if you want to get your question in. I noticed the internet starts acting up with this shit as far as like on this particular platform after a certain amount of time. It always does. Anybody else? Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. We're about to do some amazing shit here for the 6 people that do want to take advantage of the spring out of your bullshit special. And I'm gonna have to go back on into the comments of this particular video, not the chat, but the comments, and put the information that you need. But yeah, I'm gonna have to do another video on that too. I don't feel like I verbalized that right, or just not as thorough. Anyways, but we're gonna get up out of here. So I want to thank everybody and also tell everybody once again, Happy New Year. This is the actual real fucking New Year. If you're going off of the actual energies and the actual and quote unquote nature and all of that, today is the actual New Year. So maybe within the next few days, do a deep cleaning of the spot, because money likes a little bit of cleanliness too. Money don't like a bunch of clutter and bullshit. Not to mention your environment is a direct reflection of your mind. So that's why you feel so good when you straighten some shit up, But in addition to that, now is the time to spring out of whatever type of situation or whatever type of stuckness spring out of the frustration. And a lot of times the frustration is caused by fear. If this doesn't happen, or it's like, oh, fuck, this is never going to happen, which means X, Y, Z. And that's what really be stressing you the fuck out. But that's false. But anyways, we're going to conclude and we're going to get up out of here. So I appreciate everybody. Have a happy new year. Make it fucking count. All right. Take it. If you wanted to get something off the ground and get something like materialized, manifested really fast, this is the fucking time. I'm telling you, all the indications are right here. All the influences are active and online. So take advantage of them. Don't do the same old fucking shit. All right. Or do the same old shit if that's what you want. Like, I can give two fucks, but I would suggest. All right. So we're going to get up out of here.